Hi, and welcome to another interview with Sonic Perspectives. My name is Samantha, and today I am joined by Finnish vocalist Tarja. We're here today to talk about your upcoming album, your fantastic Best of Living the Dream, out on December 2nd. So, when did you first get the idea for a Best of album?
Oh, a long time ago, actually, long before the pandemic. I mean, really, I started working on the album a long, long time ago. You could think that, okay, this is the best of album. It wouldn't take too long for an artist to put up all together the songs and choose them, but it's much more than that. This album particularly took me a long time because I was working on a live concert that it has some other formats, not the first CD format doesn't have that, but mediabook version has the live album. And oh yeah, the artwork took a long time. Also, it was a challenge to choose the songs, right? But the beginning of it all started with my book. I wrote a book during COVID, and that was the beginning process of me to realize that how long I have been doing music on my own. And I really feel this is a great opportunity to put out the best of album because it's a great reflection of me, how I've grown through all these years. So I feel it's very, very important album.
Now, you mentioned that picking the songs was really difficult. So, why did you choose the songs that you did?
It was a challenge because why not this and not the why this and not the other ones? It is like that. Having had many albums already and many songs, and they're all kind of your babies and woo. But hey, I thought that the main album should consist songs that are the fan favorites, sort of. The ones that are requested in my shows by my fans, and the ones that have been played in rock radios, and the ones that have been released as singles first. And so there are more rocking songs on the first album. Then I got the opportunity, we did it with a label that we are going to release another format of the best of. So on another format called mediabook, there is a second album, and that album consists my favorite rock songs of from my career, being more symphonic and being more a little bit cuckoo progressive songs. And so I had this opportunity to really go like quite bunch of songs included in this best of, which was good.
Now, because you do have the media book release, you got to do a lot of considerations with the art that went into this. Can you tell
Yes.
me the design process for the art and what you were looking for?
In all of my albums, because I love photography, I love photos, I love taking myself photos as well, but I've been using photos in all of my albums, and I wanted to choose the best photos from every album of mine to be included on this best of, but I wanted to treat them differently. My basic idea was to have them drawn by someone, even my fans. Many of my fans, they are incredibly talented people. They many times on my tours, I get to meet people. They bring portraits of me or something else they've been painting, and wow, they're beautiful. So that was my first idea, to really get artists involved. But then I thought, what if this will take too long time, and what if somebody doesn't deliver, and what if, and then I had all these doubts. So I asked a person that I was already working with on my previous albums, a guy from Argentina, Walter. Let me check his name that I don't say something wrong, because his surname is difficult for me. But Walter Cafiso is his name. He did a digital art. He reworked all the photos and the artwork digitally, and I really like that. I really, really like that. All the silver mood on the album came from me, because my previous album was golden, so this is now silver, and I always try to find new ways to, get inspired by something new, and try to produce them differently.
And Something special about this album, it's not just a best of. You also released a new single to go with it, some new original stuff. That would be Eye of the Storm. So can you tell me a little bit about that song and what went into making it?
Oh yeah, this song was born already long time ago, 2012 actually. Yeah, I just recently had became a mother and I felt like I was still looking for my place in this world. I didn't know where my heart belonged, really. I was having a house in Finland. I was having another one in Argentina, even another one little summer house in Antigua in the Caribbean. So I was kind of felt like a gypsy for many, many years and traveling with the family tours and all that, but finding my place. And this song was born in that turmoil, sort of internally in me, of not knowing where do I belong. That's why now I found the time for it, a place for it as part of this best of, because it feels great. I have really found the peace, where I belong, where my heart is, my home is, and I've understood it through the years that it not doesn't I don't belong in any particular place, but where my heart is, my home is there. And so now you hear a lot of influence from Argentina, musical influence, the tango kind of influence, and also from Finland. The Finnish Sibelius and Finlandia is sounding there in a little bit in that song. And I love breaking the boundaries. I've always done it, always been that weird birdie in this industry. I enjoy doing different kinds of stuff. So hopefully you enjoy it's different.
It is, and that's not the only different kind of project you've embarked on lately. There's also Outlanders, which you did a bit earlier this year. So can you tell me a bit more about that project?
Outlanders is an electronic music project. Yeah, it's together with my very good friend Torsten Stenzel, who lives in the island of Antigua, Caribbean, and we have become friends throughout the years. We got in touch with each other when we were working with my first album, My Winter Storm, writing songs together. We made friends, and ever since we have kept the relationship going. And he is a dance producer. His whole life he has dedicated with electronic music, and I had no knowledge whatsoever about electronic music. I only participated in songwriting with Schiller, German artist, many years ago, and that was my little knowledge of electronic music, with that experience. But I wanted to have a really proper project with Torsten because he's so talented. And so one day I asked him to do this with me. So I've been writing songs and we've been producing them together, and we've been now releasing them, shocking the ground a little bit because it's very different. Every song has a guitar player, very, very important guitar player in. And so I was collaborating with Aldi Miola, with Trevor Rabin, with Jennifer Batten, with many, Joe Satriani, many important guitar players. And it became quite unique experience and wonderful experience for me.
Do you see yourself doing any kind of different projects in the future? Did this inspire you in any ways for future work?
I always do, girl. I always do different kind of things at the same time. I'm writing songs for my future rock album. Currently, I'm writing gathering material. We are not in production yet because I have a lot of touring to do in the next year. But you can expect the new rock album in 2024, let's say. But other releases there will be. Next year, there will be other kind of releases. I'm currently working with 3 album releases. So you can expect something. With Outlanders, we keep on releasing songs couple after every 2 months. But you can to you about it, but you can expect some kind of things happening next year.
That's so exciting. Given that you are going to be working with touring, you've been doing the best of, and you have these other projects, how do you balance it all?
Is a good question. I'm also a mother for a 10 years old child, and but I can separate these two things very. I have been always able to separate being an artist and being a housewife, mother, which I really enjoy. It's a good balance. I need to get them separated and understand them. Um, but obviously, I'm working all the time. I'm working constantly because I enjoy. I'm getting inspired, and my voice motivates me to keep on going, progressing. I'm one of those artists that cannot just lay low and repeat what they've done once successfully. I need to move on and find new ways, challenges.
So when it comes to your tour next year, what are you most looking forward to about the tour?
Gathering beautiful experiences, emotional experiences, concerts. I mean, my concerts are usually super emotional already. I'm an emotional performer. Like a light bulb, happy light bulb when I'm performing. You see, but ah, every concert is a unique one, and I still love traveling. Also, even though the tours are hard, physically hard, it's you once for a while you get a little bit sick, maybe because you get so tired already. But hey, I really enjoy the harmony I have found within the group of mine, the team of people I'm working with. I have a really great group of technicians and musicians working with me, very loyal people, super talented, good people. So I'm really looking forward to share this joy that I have inside of me with these people, and then with my fans. Unbelievable. I've had a blast after all the COVID and all this pandemic now to do some shows already and do some tours. It's been an incredibly beautiful experience because I can feel that people have waited for the shows, they have needed live music, and how important it is that it should not be forgotten in a way. We all need that because music has a lot of power, healing power even, let's call it. So after all these crazy strange times, we need music to heal our souls. Yeah, we do.
Now, given that there was kind of a down period and you do have time between touring, what do you do to keep your voice in shape? How often are you doing exercises, and what do you do to keep up your skills?
When I come back home from tour, I rest. I need to rest vocally, physically also. I keep on training because that's part of my who I am. I am not 20 any longer, so I need to keep on, maintaining my physics. But vocally, after I have rested a week or so, let's say a week, then I train every day. It's like now I'm next week starting a Christmas tour here in Europe, and I've been practicing all the time, like every day. It's an hour, it's not more than that, but it's going through the material, it's rehearsing, vocalizing, warming up the body, getting it ready. It's like the old engine, you need to keep the maintenance, otherwise it won't function. And for me, being a lyrical singer, it's super important to maintain that. So if I'm working on a really important project, like being a classical album, for example, that I wish doing in the future one day, then I need even my vocal coach to help me. And I have my vocal coach in Buenos Aires in Argentina. And she has always been there for me when I really needed her. It's important, time to time, going back, and because you can get on a wrong track quite easily, actually, as a singer, without noticing, and it's dangerous.
So, with your incredible vocal talent, it's always fantastic to hear when you work with other vocalists who are guests on your songs. And I've noticed you have quite a few of those included in your Best of album. So can you tell me what it's like to work with other vocalists on your songs, and who you really enjoyed working with in the past?
It's really incredible. Always. I really do love collaborating with other artists, other bands. And I have had a beautiful collaborations, very different kind of collaborations in my career so far. So because it's interesting, always you learn something through those collaborations because we all work differently. We have our ways, and we all seek for the certain end result, but in different ways. And so it's exciting. It's wow, it's wonderful because magic happens many times when you work with someone that you don't necessarily know that well, but you know the vocal talent that the person has or enhances, but it's more than that. It's always more than that. Even nowadays, you work in distance. Like on my last records, all the vocal recordings they've been doing, everybody's working on their home studio or the studio they feel close by or have close by. But every musician is working at home. Even me, I'm recording my vocals at home. But I really do enjoy collaborating with other artists. It's
If,
nice.
do you have any artist you haven't yet collaborated with that would be like your dream to work with?
Oh yeah, girl. Of course, I do have many, many, many. But hey, I once had a dream. Well, I once got to meet Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel was for me like and still is. His voice is like velvet to my ears still today. I got to meet him 2007 in Dublin before his show, and it was like, wow, I was a nervous wreck. Huge fan. So his voice, with mine would be lovely. One can dream, right?
And when it does come to these dreams, what kind of goals or achievements do you still hope to reach for as an artist?
Yes, as my best of is called living the dream. I am living the dream. My listeners are giving me the opportunity the chance to really live my dream. And so I'm building my dreams. I'm searching for them all the time. Um, they are motivating me work to work harder and being progressive person. But I would love to, try my wings a bit more, maybe perhaps as a songwriter, writing a score for a motion picture, maybe. That would be lovely to see if I would be able to, because the work would be different. Writing songs for an album is song, but writing music for a picture would be different, and that I would love to see one day happening. And obviously, as a vocalist, I would love to, challenge myself even more. Perhaps record a proper classical album in the future, and keep on rocking. I mean, that is already a challenge.
I mean, that all sounds so exciting. And Living the Dream is such a great and telling title of this best of album. But I'm sure that, you've definitely had challenges in the past. What would you say has been the most challenging part of your career as a solo artist?
The beginnings, that was real challenge because I was having this kind of pressure on my shoulders. It was natural at the time, having had a very successful career with a band and being a singer in a band for many years, and then starting on my own was not an obvious choice for, it would not be an obvious choice for everybody, but for me it was the only thing I wanted to do. I wanted to continue making music, but I needed to find my way, and I didn't know if I had it in me, writing songs for the first time, finding people who to work with. Oh, I was a nervous wreck. I was really really nervous at the time. And the first album, My Winter Storm, was done in a way, very new way to me, together with a producer, new musicians I've never worked with before. So many new things happened, and I needed to go through that. It was a struggle, but through the struggle, I found my voice, I found my sound and style. And that was the thing. I didn't want anybody really to direct me. I wanted to be in charge already since the very, very beginning, but it was difficult. And so now when I look back the first album, I see it's a very innocent album in a way. But it gave me my wings. It was an important beginning for me.
Now that you do have all of these years of experience, if you could go back to 2006 and tell yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't let anybody abuse you in any way. Don't. So be brave. That would be it. Face your fears. That would be it. I was not capable of doing that. I have been always, it's been very difficult for me to say people, hey, I don't really like what you do, for example, or could you change this because it doesn't sound good or it doesn't look good for me. I don't like it. Very difficult. So I've needed to learn through trouble because I've accepted too much. So then I've suffered, and that's not good. But through the years and through the experiences and through some issues that I have really needed to go through, I've understood, hey, why I'm wasting my time. I need to find good people, and I need to find people that I can trust, and I need to lead my life as an individual. But when I was young, it was difficult. I wanted it all, but yeah, it was difficult.
You mentioned earlier that you've been doing work in your home studio. So what kind of equipment do you have at your home studio? And is this new for you, or did it come out of the pandemic?
More and more. Yeah, I started already before the pandemic. I started recording my vocals. I used to have always engineer together with me, but little by little, I started to find my way to encourage myself to do the work alone. Nevertheless, I would still like to have some other ears with me when I'm recording, because it's always better to have somebody to direct you than your own ears. Sometimes they are not enough. But the thing is that I have my she shed in my home, in my house, where I have my keyboard set up with the computer, with the Logic. I'm recording with the Logic. I have my vocal booth, like a little booth. That is actually something that could be transported in other places as well. It's not that huge, but it's big enough for me where I feel safe. And what else? I'm using Apollo to record my vocals. And that's about it. I mean, it's very simple setup. I do demos, and then when I properly record my vocals, I'm having my vocal booth set up, and I record just computer next to me and do. It's fast, it's easy, you are at home, you are in peace in that sense. You're not running against the studio's time schedules and anything like that. But also sometimes I miss people around, it's very lonely work. I love those times when we were all together in a studio recording, it was such a wonderful time.
Is it hard to have your job at home sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes. I'm working together with my husband. We've been doing that for 20 years. So the work is always there. The work is absolutely all the time, constantly there. And we don't have any schedule, there is no like a office time. Hey, we start now and we end in 8 hours. No, it doesn't work like that. But hey, I still find time for my family and for love and, being a mother. And I enjoy going out. I enjoy doing sports. I enjoy so many things, movies, cooking, friends, good food, good company. And you need to find your way. We've been doing this for, as I said, 20 years. So we found the way and it's working.
Are there any new albums or new movies you've really enjoyed this year?
Albums. The new one from In Flames. I've been listening. They're also Disturbed. Today is Friday, so that's what I'm saying. That one good thing out of Spotify has been the radio, the release radar that is coming every Friday, so I can check out all the new music, what's going on with the people that I'm following, with bands that I like, artists that I like and enjoy listening. That's been great because sometimes you miss the things that, oh, there's a new release, but that's been good to follow. Movies. I really like the Dune, the movie that came but some time ago already, because the music was from Hans Zimmer and I enjoy it very much. Waiting for the second part of it.
Yes, me too. So exciting.
Yeah.
And you did say you have a Christmas tour coming up in this next month. Are you excited for that? Looking forward to the holiday season?
Absolutely excited. It's going to be a long tour with a lot of concerts, 3 weeks altogether, and beautiful locations via some countries in Europe. But hey, one day I would love to go to US with these concerts because they are very special to me. I've been doing this since 2005. It has become a really beautiful tradition for me to do these kind of Christmas shows, to end my year with these types of shows. Very intimate, very different than the rest of my rock shows. So it's a beautiful opportunity for me to really close my year with these concerts, and in churches, in theaters, and in that very atmospheric setting. So I'm super excited. This year I'm performing with cello, guitar, and a keyboard player, and we go through some countries here in Europe. And yeah, I'm really, really excited and happy about it. Finally, hey.
And all of that right after the release of your album. It's going to be a very busy month for you.
It is going to be. It has been already, and it's going to be. Yeah, but hey, I'm happy being busy now. Yeah.
It's the good busy. It's the very good kind of busy.
Exactly, you said it.
All
Thank you
right.
so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for tuning into Sonic Perspectives for an interview with Tarja. Her new best of album, Living the Dream, is out on December 2nd. Enjoy a taste of what's to come with Eye of the Storm. Thank you again so much for your time and have a fantastic holiday.
Oh, you too, dear. See you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.